What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C, BR Gamer Live. We are a weekly BR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick. Jazz, have you ever heard of Kick? We go there.
I mean, cool.
There's nobody there, but we go there.
That's awesome.
But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me introduce my partner, not from the great Canadian Northwest, my partner from San Diego, Jasmine. What's going on?
Hi, diddly ho diddly.
That was excellent.
That's how it goes, right? Hey, everybody, what's up? Yeah, no, I'm like from the opposite of the Great North. I'm from the Great Ocean of San Diego.
The Great San Diego Ocean. Yeah, it's there's about 4 feet of snow in Canada right now. What's the weather like in San Diego?
4 feet? How do people get out of their doors?
Did you see the pictures of where Todd is? Like, he is going to the remote, like, I don't even know where he's going, to like Alaska. Like, that's what it looks like he's going. He's going skiing this weekend.
Alaska sounds great.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds cold and remote and dark. And
I'm so confused. So Todd left the snow to go to more snow?
Yeah, he left 4 feet of snow to go to 6 feet of snow.
Wow. Well, okay. You know what? Some people really love snow.
It's insane. Get away from the snow. It's too much. I hate the snow. I like.
There's no snow here. There's no snow here.
Which is awesome. San Diego's beautiful, by the way. Like, it's one of my new favorite places.
Oh, thanks. I thought your new favorite place was Sweden.
I love Sweden too. I mean, we just came back from Stockholm not long ago. I mean, your first time there. What did you think of Stockholm?
Well, okay, so we went, it's obviously December, and when we were there, it was like winter wonderland. It's like if Christmas threw up all over a city, that's Stockholm. Everything was so lit up, like ribbons on everything, lights on everything, stars in every window, candles in every window. And then we went into Fast Travel Games office, and when we went there, like no one was wearing shoes in the office. I guess
that was cool, right?
Yeah, that was so cozy. Everyone was wearing like slippers and socks and like holding like mugs of tea. And I'm like, with like the candles in the window and the like stars in the window. And I'm just like, where am I? This is Christmas, I think.
Yeah, it was super cool. I mean, Stockholm's amazing anyway. Even before Christmas time, it was one of my favorite cities to ever be in. It just has that, there's parts of it that have that old world European feel to it, but then there's new parts too. So you can kind of get both sides to it. But at Christmas time, you're right. It's like, I don't know. It's like a winter wonderland, and it's like they do Christmas over there. Like it's like they love Christmas in Sweden, and they like really do it up. Like Christmas markets, everybody's decorated, the stars in all the windows, and like it's amazing. And then fast travel. We didn't even talk about this afterwards, which I can't believe we didn't. But that completely blew my mind. That like they came in and like they have a spot in their office where all whatever 100 of people just take their shoes off and they leave their shoes there, and they either put slippers or sandals on or just bare feet and socks and just walk around like that.
I'm telling you, Eric, you don't wear shoes. I don't know why Americans do this. Do not wear shoes in your house. It's dirty.
I don't. We know
Yeah,
some people who do, but I don't.
it's probably because they have snow there, and if they were, like, the floor would probably start getting moldy or something. I don't know. It's probably some logical reason that that's happening, but it was really cute. It was so cute. I'm like, wow, should we just be like sitting on the floor and like I don't know, playing
Right?
games or something like on our like bellies on our switch with our feet kicking up in the air. Like, what should we be doing here? It was so cute.
It was super cool. Shout out to Fast Travel Games. Thanks for having us over, and it was super cool to see their office. Jazz, welcome to the show where you actually get to co-host.
Oh my gosh,
You're
I've
not a guest.
never ever co-hosted the show.
Mm-mm.
Crazy enough. I've like popped in and out, but now you're all stuck with me for the next however long this episode is. I hope you are ready for this wild ride.
The Jasmine ride. We actually fought before we came on live because I was trying to get Jasmine to produce this thing. And she's like, I'm not producing this thing. I'm like, well, I don't really want to do it.
Eric, I don't really think that was a fight. I mean,
No,
if it was a fight, you lost
I
because who's
definitely,
producing the show?
I definitely lost. I mean, I guess I kind of had to. I invited you here and it's my show, but I hate producing like more than
I hate
anything.
producing.
It's
Mm.
terrible. Like I don't even have to do a
Where's
lot,
Todd?
really.
Todd, where are you? Oh, right. He's in 6 feet of snow.
He's buried. He may not come out until springtime. I mean, crazy. You travel to more snow. Let's go from one snow apocalypse to another snow apocalypse.
That's crazy. And he's like, I'm not even going to have reception, probably from all the snow.
Yeah, right. Now you went to a pretty cool place for Christmas. You went to Joshua Tree. Tell us about that.
I did. Yeah. I just wanted to disconnect a little bit. And, like if you're not celebrating with Christmas with family, which my family is all around the world. So we don't normally get together on Christmas. We usually celebrate like a week long of Thanksgiving time together because it's around like my mom and my sister's birthday. So yeah, so Christmas we usually all just travel and do whatever. So I went to Joshua Tree. Joshua Tree is like a desert national park. If any of you guys even know what a desert is, I live in one. Um, and it was really cute. Yeah, I stayed. My husband and I we stayed in a shipping container where you can like stargaze and stuff. It was just like literally a shipping container, all glass walls, glass ceiling, and then just like a bed, and then outside like there's like a bathtub where you could take like a hot bath, but you have to put like firewood inside this like I don't know this like chimney looking thing. It's probably whatever Eric had to do in his youth.
What before there was like stoves and stuff? Before there was heaters?
Oh man.
I'm not that old.
But anyway, yeah, so you had to like put firewood, and it took like 2+ hours to heat up a tub of water to make it hot. It was so much work, but we had nothing else to do, so we just kept putting firewood, and yeah, it was great. It was really cute.
It sounds super cool. I mean, I thought it was cool. Let me see if I can get your thing up here. Let me see if I can get. I couldn't download it because you can't download from Instagram. You know that?
I mean, I
Um,
told you I didn't know how to.
Let me see if I can pull something in. Let me see. Let me see.
Wow, everyone really wants this episode to be long.
Really?
Like,
Do they?
yeah, they're like 10-hour long episodes, 69-hour long episode.
Really? 69 hour
See?
long? I don't want to do that. I don't know how well it will share though. It's so
Hey,
small. Okay, ready? Can you hear the music?
made it really small.
Yeah. What made it really small?
There, leave it.
Oh, there was your hot tub.
I know. It was a lukewarm tub.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Thank you.
The music is amazing there, by the way.
Thanks. I actually made that reel with my Rayban Meta. So I made that reel. And then when I tried to post it, it was like, this is copyrighted music. So then I had to go back and redo
Ooh.
the whole thing to a different soundtrack. And that's how that soundtrack got picked. But I had to retime the music and everything. But anyway, how was your Christmas?
It was amazing. So we did get to spend some time with family, which is super cool. We do have family here in Florida now, and our house becomes like the house that everybody wants to come to because we have it's pretty big. You've been here. It's fairly
No,
large. It's open.
question.
Mm.
Did you warn people that came to your house about your dangerous, slippery stairs where people fall frequently?
I didn't, but I should have, but nobody fell, like, and, like, everybody had to come upstairs, like, and, like, and I told you we had a party, like a Christmas party, like a friend Christmas party right before that, and I had 40 some people, 44 people here, and everybody wanted to come up here because they were like, because, they all heard about it, they know about it, they've seen it on podcasts and stuff, and so everybody wanted to come up here. So there was, like, probably 40 people up here. Jazz, nobody fell. I don't know what happened to you.
I think
You
you
may have
pushed
been
me.
pushed.
Yeah, I think you pushed me. I think that's actually what happened. You guys, the first time I went to Eric's house, within the first 5 minutes, I fell down the stairs.
I know.
Terrible.
You were so excited, like, you were on the phone showing somebody, and, like, you literally were going downstairs, and boom, I'm like, "Oh my god." I'm like
I fell. Anyway.
yeah, it was good, though. It was a fun time. It was nice to spend time with family, and, like I said, we have a good house where we have all the arcades downstairs, so I love seeing people go and use the arcade room and play the games. That's one thing that I get a lot of joy out of, so I got lots of pictures of, like, everybody playing the different games together, and yeah, that was, it was Christmas. My daughter cried on Christmas morning, which was, that's
Aw.
always super heartfelt. We had to get her an iPhone, Jazz, iPhone 16. Or
Kids these days.
Santa Claus got her an iPhone 16.
Damn, Santa Claus is rich.
I hope she's not watching, but yeah, Santa Claus is rock and rolled an iPhone 16. I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, you made her Christmas, so that's good.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was special, and it was cool. And I hope everybody else had a great Christmas too. Thanks for stopping by on a holiday week. We appreciate it. We're going to talk about some cool stuff tonight. We're going to chat some Rayban Meta stuff, Jazz, because they had a huge update. You have a couple of announcements that we want to talk about that go along with that update. We're going to talk about the VR awards a little bit from Upload VR, and I want to like hit their categories and some of their winners. And then I want to talk a little bit about Quest 3 and the holidays. So it's not going to be super long tonight. We're going to go a little bit here, just hit these topics real quick, hit a couple of things. But Jazz, let's first say hello to our chat because that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, how
Right?
many people are here? I can't see.
Overall, everybody all around, we have 53 people watching. That
53?
doesn't
Oh
include Twitter because Twitter is not connected. So I think we usually have around 100 or 200 watching on Twitter. So hello, Twitter. Sorry you're not connected, but
oh my gosh, I'm like shy now. Hey, everybody. What's up?
but yeah, it's cool. Let's say hello to our chat and say Merry Christmas to everybody. We have Q Creator is here. He says evening. He's watching all the way from England. It's late for him there, Jazz.
That is really late. That's like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, Mike was one of the first ones who messaged me yesterday and was like, "Hey, is there going to be a show?" A lot of people messaged me were like, "Is there going to be a show?" And I'm like, "No show today, but Jasmine's coming tomorrow." And he was like, "I love Jasmine." So Mike, there she is.
Mike, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And Mike does all of our timestamps here for every video and podcast, and he rocks. He's awesome.
Mike, you are such an MVP. Welcome.
Definitely. Arlen Cundred is here. Jay Brat's here, Jazz.
Jay, I don't think I've ever seen you on my podcast whenever I actually have an episode.
How dare he? That's ridiculous. You
Hey,
better
Jay.
show up every time now and super chat like big money.
You guys, Jay Brat is so close to 100,000 subscribers. Did you know that? He's
No,
at like
where is he?
5,000 or something.
What? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's so close. So, like, are we gonna hit it this year? Like, do we throw him a 100K birthday party?
Oh, we have to. He's gonna get the silver button.
I know. Apparently, the silver button is smaller now, though. Before it was like bigger, but because all these shorts creators started getting them, they made them like small. Inflation.
Bummer.
Anyway,
Is there one for 10,000? Because we're almost at 10,000.
I know you guys are so close to 10,000. That's crazy.
We're at 98. We're at 9850 right now. 98.
Okay, who in chat has 150 friends?
Yeah, because everybody in chat that's not subscribed to Jay Brat should do that now. Go subscribe to Jay Brat. Definitely, if you're not subscribed to us, what the hell are you doing here? I don't understand. Subscribe. And then go subscribe to Jasmine's channel. Jazz, you're blowing up too. You're doing so well right now. Your channel's kicking ass. You're at like 13,000, right?
13,476, but who's counting?
Amazing. Kick ass. I just find it amazing that we are able to still create content and like you're not just creating content, you're creating good content that you're putting a lot of time and effort into. and it's paying off for you.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my team. A very good editor, assistant, thumbnail guy, like the whole team. They're fabulous. So
You need them. You got to
mhm.
have them. Absolutely. Salvador is here. Chatty is here. Artful is here. Mepper is here saying hello to absolutely everyone in chat because that's what Mepper does.
Everyone. Oh, that's so sweet.
Mepper loves everybody. Chatty is here. Typical Kiwi. Let's see. Who else do we have? Mr. Tasselhoff is here. He says, yo, yo, yo.
He said
Let's
hit
see.
that like and sub button all. Look, he one upped you with the like too.
I know, right? Thumbs up, like, sub button, do it all. Hit all the buttons. You know who loves when you hit all the buttons?
I don't think this is a joke that I'm supposed to make.
That would be bad, especially if your mom was watching. Haruku is here. Chrome Colossus, Inferno 9, Radio Runt is here. Fourth Wall Breaker. Let's see. Anton Vucinichaj. I don't know how that. I have no idea. Awesome Tatum is here, and he is awesome. Brandon VR is here. Hussein X, App J, Michelle B, Corporate Zombie. Let's see who else. Gabriel 004, Salvador. You might have said already. Heroku is saying hi to everybody.
A very star-studded group of people watching. Oh my gosh, I know almost every single person in here. Now I'm extra shy.
Seriously, they're like rock stars. Like all these people are like rock stars of the VR world. Seriously.
This is pretty cool.
Inferno 9. I think I said Corporate Zombie, Brandon VR, Arlen Kundert, The Real Superman 217. Am I missing anybody? Micky Berr is here. What's up, Micky? How are you doing? Oh, Jazz, Micky sent me some stuff.
Micky. Let's see. I am not probably in the right spot, but I am Dickel is here and said, is this some kind of special episode? Well, what's special is Todd went from Snowland to more Snowland. So I'm here in his place where it's sunny all the time in San Diego.
Sunny San Diego.
Hair Force One. Hey, the real Superman 217. I think some of these people you already mentioned, but I'm
No,
just
it's good. Thank you for hitting it again while I open this.
The Game Cat. Senador, the Game Tiger.
Oh, we have all the cats here.
There's a Game Cat, a Game Tiger.
Jazz, do you know where all the cats are from?
Yeah, from Wes's podcast.
Yeah, from Wes and Brian from PSVR Without Parole.
I don't know anything, do you?
No, I do. I know you do.
Secretly watch a lot of people, but I'm just.
You consume probably more VR or just content in general than anybody I know. Like you support everybody.
I love watching all the creators. I'm like, what are they up to? Like, what are they looking at? I'm like, I really do love like the VR industry. And I'm just like all over the place. Like, ooh, what else can I know about? What did everyone else discover? What's up, everybody? But like quietly.
Yeah.
CJ's here. I love watching this channel. Oh. Thanks, CJ. I'll take that thanks for them for you.
You should, for sure.
And did you already say that, VR girl?
No, I didn't see her.
She said, hey, everyone, glad to see everyone's sub counts is growing. Yes, girl, it is the holiday season. And you know what that means. Meta app is #1 on the App Store.
Did you see that on the Apple Vision Pro App Store? Meta Horizons.
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. It is. Yeah. Every single year, the Meta Horizon app is all the way at the top. And you know what's even crazier? I've been on Threads a lot lately. I've been like shopping around my where I consume written content. So been on Threads, been on Blue Skies, been on Twitter, X, whatever. And it's so interesting, the different type of things that you hear from there. So if you go on Threads, there's like all of these posts about how Apple is always hiding Meta's apps. So like if you go to the essential apps section on Apple Store, it won't show Instagram, Threads, or anything, even though like the top 10 best, like most downloaded apps like are those apps on there. It's crazy. There's definitely some beef between Apple and Meta, and I cannot wait to see them play it out in the AR VR field. Like, come on, let's battle it out. If you guys have some beef, don't do it in the App Store. Do it in the hardware.
Hell yeah. Do it here where we can watch it.
Yeah, do it where we can benefit, please. Give us some banger headsets, banger content, and Yeah, make it count.
Hell yeah, make it count. I love it. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in here from Micky. You're gonna cry.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, already?
Yes.
I'm not ready.
I mean, this is amazing. Mickey Barrios sent me a package right around Christmas time. It was right. He wanted me to have it before we went to Sweden, so I could give them to the partners. Because he made these things.
The partners.
Yes, for the partners from Impact Reality and Flat VR Studios. Now some of these,
Means I count.
yeah, some of these are that can be for many people, but some of these are just there's some here that are just for us. First of all. Let's look at this.
Eric, you look like you're about to cry.
This is super nice. Micky Barrios he's probably one of the most amazing people. I mean, he's just super cool. Look at this.
Oh, I can't.
It's a coin.
Is it a
I'll bring
coin?
it closer in a second. Yeah, it's a heavy duty like gold coin in a case, in like a plastic case. And
Oh my gosh, that's so fancy.
yeah.
Wait, I can't see the detail.
Hang on, let me see if I can get it to. Oh, I think I like that.
Oh, there's a headset in it. I can't really see that well. But
please focus.
you got to do one of those things where they like put their hand behind it to have the camera focus.
Oh yeah,
old YouTuber style.
It's the way. Oh, there you go.
There, Impact Reality.
Yeah, and then watch. Oh, there it is. Ready? And then watch.
Oh my gosh, am I gonna cry? That's so sweet.
And that one says Flat to VR Studios, which I wish I would get.
Micky, that is so sweet.
Yeah, it says
That's beautiful.
Flat to VR Studios.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not gonna cry.
Wait. Now you're gonna cry because this one I think is only meant for us.
Is that a Trombone Champ coin? A Trombone Champ unflattened coin?
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Micky, how did you make these? That's
and it's like
insane.
it's embossed on there too, so it's like it's raised.
Yeah.
On there, and then the other side says Flat to VR Studios.
Oh my gosh, that is the sweetest thing.
These are awesome. These are so nice, and they're
that
like
is
heavy.
Really beautiful. That's crazy that you did this. That is really nice.
I'll bring them when we all see each other coming up soon. But like even like look at this. Like he sent like a whole bunch of cool stuff. Look at this.
Is that a
like bottle opener? Yeah, it's like a bottle opener. Like it looks like
that's branded.
That's branded Flat to VR, and then Impact Reality, and then he got you a special card case.
Me? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I do need a special card case. My cards are always brushed up everywhere.
And look at this.
That's so pretty.
These are metal.
Oh my gosh, Micky.
Look, they're like see-through almost on the edges. It's like a
wild.
Yeah. And they're
I remember Micky made a couple of things before when he first got his laser engraver, and oh, that's so pretty. This is next level. You've really upped your skills on this. These are pretty.
Yeah. Super cool. And just like talks about us. Like these are nice too. Like they're tough to see because they're so shiny, but like they're just all metal, like very thin metal cards. Pretty amazing.
That's insane. I don't even.
I know, right?
Like what? You just made all this really cool stuff that for us. Thank you so much. That is really
see this one. Look at this. It's like a keychain bottle opener that says Flat to VR, and then
that's useful.
Reality. That's cool too.
Yeah, thanks, that's Micky. Useful in a keychain. Thank you, Micky.
Very cool. Micky definitely has a laser etching engraver at home. He's doing really well. It's super cool. I like it a lot. Jazz, the Trombone Champ one is definitely special. We launched our first game November 26th. It's a dream. It's been a dream of all of ours. At Flat to VR Studios and Impact Reality for a long time to have our own game. And we all have worked hard on this, but you worked directly as title producer for the last almost year to be ready for that title, and it's finally out in the open. Congratulations.
Yeah, Gosh, you know, when people say like it's really hard to make a game, it's really add like 50,000 extra reallys in there. And it's not even just like once the game is done, you're done. Like there's like so much anxiety with the game going out into the world. You're like, oh my gosh, like I think our baby is cute, but like will the rest of the world think our baby is cute? I don't know.
Well,
And
I know. You know how
yeah.
I know?
Mm.
Check this out. Wrong one.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's wrong too. Okay.
I absolutely love this game.
It is incredible. This feels like a natural VR game.
I had so much fun playing this game. It's hilarious. I highly recommend checking it out.
The game is so fun. It's hilarious. I love it so much.
So cool. Everybody loves it, Jazz.
You're trying to make me cry, but I'm not going to. It was so much. I mean, yeah, that video, insane the reception that the game has gotten. But like honestly, like going into getting ready for launch, or like we've done everything we can. We like debate, like it's crazy because when you're reviewing games, you're just like, why didn't they think of this? Why didn't they think of that? And now being on the other side and people saying things like, why didn't they think of this and why didn't they think of that? I'm like, oh my gosh, do you know how many hours we spent debating that same exact topic? Or like if we had infinite amount of money, we could have done all these things. But it was just like, I hope we've done enough with the amount of time and the like money that we spent on it, etc. I hope that it was enough, was the feeling that we had, and we hope that people liked it. But like the reviews are bananas. Like I never in my wildest dream expected like 4.9 is like almost impossible to get, especially with the amount of reviews that we have now. And
across the board, 4.9.
Yeah.
Every platform.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I mean, and I think a lot of people here know launching multiple platform is so hard to do. And then, but then launching well on multiple platform is even harder. There's so many times that you fall down because you concentrate on one platform more than the other, just because that's the nature of the beast. And then the other platform just doesn't perform quite as well. And then maybe you don't get a 4.9, maybe you get a 4.4, but that's not the case here.
Yeah, and like we, as VR people and people that review games, hardware, etc. in the space, you're like, we really have to think of everything when it comes to if we're putting this on another platform, like say, like PlayStation, like what are we doing to actually make it worth being on that platform aside from putting it on there? So if you didn't know, for example, when you start running out of breath in Trombone Champ, because you can run out of breath, you're like, if you're in PSVR 2, your headset starts rumbling because and it rumbles more and more as you get more and more out of breath. Like it's little things like that like we were like, if we're gonna put this on this freaking headset, we better use the features in this headset.
Hell yeah. And shout out to like, a couple of the people that worked really hard on it, like Jashan, and then Baggy from Team Beef, who killed it. Working on that, especially early on, working on the PlayStation VR 2 port.
And we got an award, Eric.
We did. Tell us about the award.
You tell us about the award.
Yeah, so we got a couple of nominations, which we'll talk about in a little bit, from Upload VR. But we won. What was the name of the award?
Best
it was
VR adaptation.
Best VR adaptation from Road to VR. So best VR adaptation, that's pretty special. I mean, to have
There's a lot of like games this year that came out that were VR adaptations.
oh my god, yes. I mean, there was some big ones too. That there was some that got like really good reviews also.
Mm-hmm.
And some big titles, some big name titles. So to be just even included with them is amazing. But literally to win that is super special. It's
Hmm.
something I didn't expect. Like I don't know if you did, but like I just didn't like I knew we made a great game. I just didn't expect everybody to jump on it so quickly and for people to like resonate with it so fast.
All I was hoping for was that like we wouldn't get destroyed by the public. That was the only thing I was like, we did our best as a team. We were like, okay, I think this is a good game. I think, but you just never know. And all I wanted was for people to like it. So awards or being considered in anything was not in my bingo card at all. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's beyond me.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's definitely special. It's a lot of people that have been working on this really hard for a really long time. And let's shout out Dan and Jackie, the
Hmm.
developers of the original game. Holy wow, who trusted us with this game.
Yeah, we met them for the first time in person, and we had sushi
We
in
did. It
New
was
York
awesome.
with them, and it was really, yeah, it was really, it's crazy, right? You see people in a little square box on your screen forever, and then you see them in person, you're like, oh, you're real. This is the most immersive ever.
Yeah, and they're just such a great couple, husband and wife team who made Trombone Champ on Steam and on Nintendo Switch, and they're just super cool. It's been great working with them in a collaboration with them over the last year and getting to know them, and then being able to meet them was super special. Like that was a big moment for both of us, I think.
Eric, we got to tell everybody a secret.
Uh-oh.
The
Ooh, I like
secret
it.
that we've been keeping.
I have a lot. I have a lot of them. Which one are you talking about?
So, oh my gosh. Okay, look. So today, I'm minding my business, and guess what happens today? I start getting notifications on my phone that Eric's beating my scores on Trombone Champ, and I was like, "Excuse me, what the F are you doing in Trombone Champ? Do you have work to do?" So I called him to get him out of headset so that he can stop playing because I'm just like. I did not spend an hour and 45 minutes last night with my hand cramping at the end, beating a bazillion scores so I could so I could be in the top 20 ranking again on the global leaderboard just for Eric to like, don't you have work to do? What are you doing? Stop
That's lit and
at it
literally that was my
today.
answer. I'm like, the
Screw
only reason
today.
I'm in there is because I got 3 notifications on my, from Meta that Jasmine Uniza went in
It
and
was
beat
more.
3
It was
was
more
more?
than three. Let's just say like three. No, I probably beat like
Of
10.
my scores? My individual scores?
Probably. I don't know. Go check your
No
notifications. I
way.
put in some work last night. But anyway,
It's
if you
amazing that
guys
we're
start
still
getting
playing this game till the
notifications,
hand cramps.
look, if you guys start getting notifications on your Meta Quest app, like I'm giving you full permission to just start spamming Eric's phone number to get him out of headset. No way, bro. Get off of my scores.
Literally, this is how competitive we are, and this is like where we're still at. Like, I mean, there's no look. If we didn't absolutely love this game, there's no reason to even be in here now. Still, right? Game's out. There's no testing involved now. We're just playing it because we freaking love it. Like, and then when we get a free moment, like those score. I saw those updates. I'm like, damn it! And a couple of them were songs I really like, and I like holding those records, or at least not holding a record, but at least being up there on the leaderboard. So I was like, I'm going back in a couple of those songs. I'm like, I want my score back. And it's like, it feels important to me. And I just love playing them.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, my hand hasn't recovered yet. I have work to do. I can't get in. Can you get out? Like, that's not
Oh,
fair. Get
so
out.
funny. That's one of the parts of Trombone Champ. There's a couple different parts that I talked to you about tonight for Trombone Champ. And I don't want to spend too long on it because I know we've talked about Trombone Champ a lot. But I will say this. It's something we talked about tonight. Two things
Okay.
about Trombone Champ. It's very addictive for leaderboard chasing, and I love that you get alerts when somebody beats your score. But the other thing is the great part about Trombone Champ is sometimes you can just get in there and vibe with what you're doing,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
it's just
mhm.
like a zenful experience of just kinda, like, let the music take you, even though it's just a trombone and it sounds weird, I don't know what it is, but literally it lets me just go in and vibe with the songs and just kind of relax and enjoy it.
Okay, look, I want to give away some. So I have Quest Cash that is burning a hole in my app.
Ooh,
So the first two people in chat that say that they don't have Trombone Champ yet, um, yeah, the first two people, I'll gift it to you. But you just have
hell
to
yeah,
add me on the Meta app so I can gift it to you.
hell yeah, do that. That's awesome. Thanks, Chaz, for doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah, the Quest Cache thing is super cool. I think what a great program that they put together for that.
Mhm.
Chrome Colossus says, I'm terrible at tromboning, but I use it as a cool down after progressing in RE4. Okay, that's hey, that
Legit.
yeah.
I mean, it is the perfect palate cleanser for whatever you're doing.
Heroku, stop it. We know you.
Roku, get out of here.
Looks like I am Dickle
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. I am Dickel and
by Lozix.
you Philosix. Yeah. If you guys can add me on the Meta app, VR with Jasmine, and then I will share it to you.
How dare most of you people, a lot of you people there saying you don't have it, not have it. Like, why don't you have it? App J, Corporate Zombie, now you have to go buy it. Go get it. It's great on every platform too. We just talked about that. Like literally, I love it on Quest. I probably play there more than anything, but I love it on PlayStation. It's so much fun to play, and I do have a lot of top scores on the PlayStation still. So, just saying.
Yeah, you do.
The controls are on PlayStation are a little bit too big for you, so that works out for me really well.
Anyway,
All right, so I do want to talk about one thing before because the process of doing Trombone Champ, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Like, so making that game, it was a completely 2D game. When you have to change it and make it, we don't do ports, right? That's not what we do at Flat to VR. We're not a porting company. We re-envision or reimagine whatever that original base game was, and make it feel right for VR. And that's something
mhm,
that we're kind of in the middle of with Roboquest right now. And this is a title that I absolutely love. Like I cannot get myself out of it. Like literally, I was telling you the other night, I was just in there because they did an update to the reloading and made it a little bit smoother right now, and I just wanted to go in and play and test it out. And I've ended up spending probably 15 hours in there in the last couple of days, just playing because I like it.
Eric, that's where you've been this whole time. Every time you miss my messages.
I'm in Roboquest. I'm in
Wow,
Roboquest and Trombone Champ, but then it's one of the
you
two.
just gave yourself away.
I did. I know. That's why I usually I like when you don't watch the podcast because I definitely say way too much on here. And when you don't watch, yeah, that's good for me.
Ooh, no, I'm gonna have to stop monitoring you.
But let's take a look. We kind of tried to show this trailer last week and it didn't run really well because Todd's got a potato for an internet. So let's try it again because this is a great trailer by Wonderbar that really kind of shows where we are with RoboQuest, and we're not even close to bringing it out yet. Like it's got lots to do yet, but look how good it looks. Ready?
Mhm.
I love that trailer.
Eric, I can't believe how many other secrets have you been spilling here in your podcast? We haven't shared
I
that
don't care. I
publicly
love that trailer.
anywhere. That wasn't even
I don't care. I love
approved.
that trailer.
I'm gonna start watching this podcast just so I know all the stuff you're spilling. That's a secret.
It's such a good
Oh
trailer,
my
though.
god.
Could you?
It is a really great trailer, but like, does approvals mean
Could you?
anything to
Could you?
you? Does processes mean
You wouldn't be able to help
anything?
yourself either.
I can't
It's so
believe
good.
this.
You know what's funny about this game is this is not your typical game, but you love this game.
I do. It is a really, really fun game. And like there's several people who have tested this game and have said the same. They're like, oh, this isn't like I wasn't expecting anything. I couldn't get out of the headset.
Yeah. This was interesting from Chrome Colossus says, not a porting company. Interesting perspective reset for me. My apologies for occasionally calling you that. And Jazz, we're not, I mean, technically, if you want to use the sense of the word porting, we do port, but we don't really like to use that word because it almost sounds like it's a lazy thing, right? Like it's a one-to-one transition, and that's not what we do.
I can't believe you, Eric. I'm in shock.
About the trailer?
I can't believe it. Yeah, we literally haven't posted that anywhere yet. And you're just like, here you go, everybody. Here's
Rule
a little
breaker.
secret. Heroku, you're in the chat, okay? I am relying on you to report every rule that Eric breaks so we can publicly reprimand him in front of the whole
But
company.
look how good it was, though. Look how great it was.
Oh my God. I can't believe this. I should have known. I can't believe I haven't been in this podcast this whole time. I should have been co-hosting this. You all have been, what other things have he told you? I need to know now. You guys, come on.
I like
tell
we
me.
spilled zero secrets, Jasmine. I swear. Oh, it's too funny.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. So anyway, fine. Okay. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't
I don't know what
happen.
you're talking about.
But porting company, yeah, no, we actually don't call ours. I can't get over it, Eric. I can't get over this. I can't believe you.
Zero secrets. Guys. Zero
Anyway.
secrets.
Okay, let me just get back to it. Porting company, not a porting company. No, we reimagine.
You okay? Oh, this is too funny. I love it.
I can't believe you.
Oh man, I told you guys I was going to get in trouble for that one, but it's worth it. It's such a good trailer. I love it. It's my favorite game. I like literally. It was. I don't know. It's like my baby on this one. Like Trombone Champ is definitely your baby. Roboquest is just. I don't know. There's something about this game that just hooks me every time. I can't get out of it. But that being said, this is not a port of the original game. Very much not. So you have to see what we're putting into this. And that trailer shows you how much goes into like changing the reload and looking at every weapon and making sure that there's 55 plus weapons in Roboquest in the flat version. We have to make sure that every one of those weapons makes sense, works, and feels right in VR. That is not a port. So a port wouldn't care. They would just straight transition over. This is not what that is. This is a complete reimagining of what the original game was, just using the original game as a base, right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what other secrets you spill.
Everybody who's watching you stew now, you're like so mad. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, exactly what Eric said. Like so one of the hardest things about turning a non-VR game into a VR game is of course the mechanics, right? Like making sure that what you're doing in VR like feels like the worst thing you could do, for example, is if you needed to like, gosh, I don't even know, if like in order to grab an item from your inventory or whatever, you had to open up a menu and like point and click into it in VR. Like you're just like, excuse you, like why is my gun not in my holster? Or why is like my bow and arrow not on my back, right? Like there's these very logical things that you would do in real life, but people that develop normally for non-VR games, like they're usually thinking about it in that context. So when you So you have an entire game built around this concept of like just completely flat. And now you take that and you bring it into VR. So of course you're like, okay, well, oh, that's so easy though. Why can't you just take a gun? And now instead of instead of it being attached to your mouse, you're just holding it. Of course, like that's so easy. Okay, but like what about reload? Like how are you reloading this? Because like sure, you're like, oh, of course it's VR, right? Of course I have to reload this manually. Like that for sure is like what VR is all about. But now you take a game like Roboquest, which is super fast paced. And now if you're doing a full reload mechanic, the whole game balance is completely off. So there's a lot of these like nuances. And then all of a sudden you have like multiple weapons. Like how do you manage multiple weapons? Like on flat gaming, you're either using a scroll wheel or like buttons on your keyboard, very easy. But what are you going to do? There's not that many buttons. There's not a scroll wheel on your like controller. So what are you going to do with that kind of thing? And that's really what makes taking a non-VR game and making it into VR. Like, of course, you're translating mechanics and all these things, but then how do you balance that and make the game still feel good and still playable in VR without ruining like the pacing, the dynamics of the different things in the game? Like, it's incredibly difficult to do. And so when we're like thinking about these things, we are literally like battling each other, like, no, we got to do it this way, no, but we got to do it this way, and everyone has their own different opinion. And it's like, okay, but we have to take all of these ideas now and think about what is the best course of action that will actually make this game translate still really well, while taking as many inputs into consideration. So when we get reviews, for example, for Trombone Champ, and people being like, oh my gosh, you should have done this, you should have done that. Do you understand? We did all of these things.
I mean, how long did we debate the two walls in Trombone Champ? Like
too long. It was like at least a month, and we were like, we're running out of time. But it really is all about like balance is one of the most important things in games, is balancing everything and then now taking something that is inherently not made for VR. And making that balance in VR is a very difficult task, and that's what we specialize in.
Yeah, that's why we hate the word port. Like, I mean, like I said, technically that's, if you want to use technical terms, that's what it is. But I don't know, we just hate that word just because it has porting can have a bad connotation to the word, and we don't want to be really associated with that word. We want to basically say, we want to do it differently. So that's, we're not just a porting house. There are porting houses out there that just, again, port the exact game over, and that is very far from what we do. Yeah, we reimagine and re-envision. I like that term better. So Jazz, let's talk a little bit about, let's get into some topics now, because we're almost an hour into the show already. We haven't even touched one topic yet.
Well, it's not my fault. This is your show.
I know.
I'm just following you. I'm following you.
I told you earlier. I said either
Eric being chatty again, you guys. Eric being too chatty, spilling secrets.
I said this earlier. I said you haven't done a podcast in so long. You're either gonna like be like, get me out of here in an hour, or you're gonna be like, boom, I'm just gonna talk and like, look at you. You missed your podcast. I can feel it.
Oh, I thought these were the topics. Okay, come on, topics.
All right,
go.
Well, let's talk
go.
about. I want to talk about you, your channel, Rayban Meta, and a little bit about this because, we talk about Rayban Meta on this channel a lot because we love these glasses. I use them every day now, all the time, and it's become like a part of my life. Todd uses them every day. And you use them quite a bit. Like, you don't wear glasses directly, but you use them quite a bit in what you're doing. And you are like, your channel has really championed the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and you're doing a ton with them now. And you did a great video the other day that I would like everybody to go check out. You did a great Ray-Ban Meta video talking about the new update that they have. That's absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm a topic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I've been talking about the Ray-Ban Metas a lot, and like honestly, my Ray-Ban Meta videos get the most views on my channel. To be honest, I'm VR Rayar with Jasmine, but these glasses are pretty like, okay, so people always ask me like, oh, do they really make that much of a difference? Actually, one comment I got recently asked me, do they really make you that much more productive and that much smarter? And I'm like, I mean, I never said that. I don't know where they got that from. It just makes everything faster. And so what I was like, okay, I'm going to explain this as simply as I possibly can. But and if you want more details, there's like I have a whole series on my channel. But basically, back in the day, back in Eric's day, for sure. In order to get information, you had to like go to the library, get a catalog, like pull up a book,
Encyclopedia.
etc. And then when I was growing up, yeah, it was crazy. And then when I was growing up, there was the internet, so you can actually like search things on the internet. Like it wasn't like Google where everything's super fast. But you could search things on the internet and that's how you got information. And then obviously we have smart home stuff, so like you can just ask voice, like asking things whenever you're around smart objects. But now like you don't even have to be home, you can be anywhere, they're just on your face, you can just ask it questions. Like it's just the speed in which you can get information is insane. And then this is the real kicker. The real kicker is the fact that there is cameras on there now. Before, in all of human civilization, we have always only really been able to ask the internet text-based questions for the most part. I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but generally that is the case. This is like the first time that you can mass ask image-based questions, and not just like images that you pull from the internet. Like you could be anywhere and ask it anything. And that, like, I feel like people gloss over how insane that is for a civilization that has always been text-based on information. We are now like, I don't know. Now it's like, imagine just being able to Google like a photo. And I know you can kind of do that, but this is on a different level. So some of the things that I've been doing on these glasses, for example, like this is one of the most important things that I do with my glasses actually, is when I'm out and about, I am obsessed with buying plants. But I don't want to kill any of my plants. So, and every time like, if I see a plant and I'm like, oh, I really want to know if I can have this plant, if I can buy it, I'm like, hey Meta, like tell me about this plant and tell me how to care for it. And it'll tell you like if it's full sun, partial sun, etc. And depending on the conditions in your home and like how much watering it needs. Like for example, I travel a lot. I can't have a plant that has to be watered like every 3 days. And so based on like all of the information it feeds me, when I look at this plant, I'm like, okay, yes, I can buy this and I can probably put it in this specific section in my house and it will thrive.
Yeah, I want to try and grab something here real quick. They also have the translate now, right?
Oh
Let's see if I can
yeah.
grab that. So basically now tell us about the translate too, because this is new, right? This is pretty different.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of new. I mean, here's my video on the new
I
updates. My
know.
second video on the updates is 15 minutes long. My first video on updates was like 12 minutes long or
And Taz
something. But
just
yeah,
put the link in the
translation.
channel, so everybody go click on it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so translations is new, which is like, I mean, okay, so this past year, me and Eric were both trying to learn Chinese. Um, and now you might not even have to learn new languages. You could just talk to anybody wherever, because it will in real time, as you like listen to someone talk, like it will translate for you. And if that person's not stopping and they're just continuously talking, it'll start just translating it live in real time. But if they do pause, then it will like actually like wait till they pause then translate. It really depends on how much they're running through. And it's pretty good. I have a demo on my video, and some Spanish speaking people said that it was very, very accurate. So that's so cool. And then I started talking. I was like, I was reviewing it in my video and I started talking and it started translating me. And I was like, oh crap. Like it just
So wait a minute. So you were
goes.
speaking Spanish to your glasses, and it was translating it to English for you?
No, Eric, I was
Oh, okay.
speaking
Well,
English and it was
I thought I
translating to
had heard you
Spanish.
speaking Spanish at one point. Were you just reading it?
Oh,
Yeah,
in my video, I was just reading the
I got you.
translations, and just because I was trying to ask my viewers if any of them could, if that was
Hmm.
accurate.
And you had
So
people comment that it
mhm.
was super accurate, right?
Yeah, they said that it was really accurate. Yeah, the glasses are about 300-ish.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and there's all kinds of different models now and styles and different things that you can do with them. I think they start at $299. I think they go as high as like $350, depending on what you want to get. They have transition lenses now. They have different style. I think there's 3 or 4 different actual frame styles now, and then different colors, and they do see through and like different shades. And like in your video, you're doing a very cool looking pair that has the new watermelon transitions, right?
Yeah, they're pink.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never been like, look, I've had sunglasses, but I usually just buy a pair and that's all I wear for like ever. Um, but now I need two because the batteries die, and so you have to switch them out. Um, but I'm so trendy. I've never pink lenses on me. Oh my gosh, who am I? I'm like a fashionista or something. Yeah, they're super cute. Artful, where are you based? Because he's saying that I will never buy a pair as these updates are again only in US and EU.
Oh no, EU won't get them until maybe late 2025.
Okay. Yeah, so Chrome just said everyone is going to be wearing the same frames before long. And you know what? I just encountered in the wild someone wearing Ray-Ban Metas that I didn't know. I remember when we were in
Mhm.
Sweden and we were at that museum, we saw that guy and he was like taking photos of like the museum with
Yep.
his glasses. I don't know who he was, and I was just like, whoa, it was like
Yeah.
trippy. It is gonna be crazy. Like everyone's just gonna be wearing glasses. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it is gonna be different, and it is definitely a little bit different when you go to another country, because I went there and somebody who lives in Sweden had said to me, "Be careful, using your Ray-Ban Metas over here because they are not as accepted as they are in the United States because of the camera, being able to record and to be able to, and photographing, people." But yeah, literally to me, I've never done it without asking somebody if I was gonna take their direct photo. Normally, anytime I'm doing it, I'm doing a picture of the environment or something around me. And then the big white light is like such a big indicator. It's not like you're missing anything. And there's a big white light in your face showing you exactly what you're looking at. So I don't know. I do think we're gonna see it way more now. Like I do think, we're going to see it more accepted everywhere. I think you're gonna find those people more. Like those people you're talking about seeing somebody in the wild, having them. I think you're gonna see more and more of that, especially after this holiday season. I think a lot of people ended up getting them from Christmas presents or giving them for Christmas presents this holiday season.
Oh, let me just talk about some of so I've been experimenting with these, and there's a couple of like different. I just ask it random things to see what it can do. So one time I was at like this restaurant, and I was like, "Tell me what's vegetarian on this menu, or like what I can get." And it like because like okay, so we as humans read word for word in like lines, but AI does not read like that. They read like they take a snapshot and they read all the words at once and process it that way. And so what would take us a long time to go like, okay, this is all the stuff on the menu. I just said, look at this menu and tell me what's vegetarian. And within seconds, it was like, these are all the vegetarian options. We recommend these things. Like, that's crazy. Or I would look at like a body of text and I'd say, can you summarize this for me? And it does it like instantly. It's super fast because it does not read like us. It reads in a block of text all at once. Um, it's just crazy to me. I can't believe we live in this era.
It's super cool. And there was a lot of updates. What we do, let's not hit on all of them because there's a lot of them. But just give us a couple of besides the language translation, give us a couple of your big highlights of some of the updates.
Yeah. So like very random. I don't know if you all have heard of this program called Be My Eyes. I used to I used to volunteer for that program, and basically it's for people with vision impairment. If they need help with something, they would just like call in that app, and someone with like full vision would be able to tell them. So one time someone like was like, "What is this? Can you read this like medicine bottle to me?" And I was like, "Sure." And for them, usually they have to use the app. But now with these glasses, like they're helping so many people that have vision impairment. Like one of the comments on my video was like, "Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I can now be at the mall and tell my husband where to meet me. I can tell him like I'm in front of the store. And I can even pick tables by myself now because it's like she could like walk around and ask like tell me which table doesn't have people in it. Whereas before, as someone who's visually impaired, like she wouldn't be able to tell her husband how to find her. But now she could be like, what store am I in front of? Can you tell me what you see? And she just that's
That's powerful.
wild. It is so crazy. So like, not only is it useful for all of us, but it's like they are actively working, like partnering up with Be My Eyes and actively trying to make these useful for visually impaired people, I think is just so wholesome. And like it's going to enable so many people that otherwise would not be able to do certain things to be able to do certain things. And like in my video, I talked about how like I'm doing a lot of experiments on these glasses and trying to figure out like what we could do with them. And that was going to post on my Instagram account. And someone had commented, and they were like, "Hey, I am visually impaired. Could you also please post on YouTube, because Instagram is not as friendly for us that like can't see. But YouTube is really good about like reading things out about what's happening."
Yeah, some of the super cool updates. That was one of the ones I love, that when they start doing things that are not just for entertainment or for ease of life, but actual helping people, especially with an impairment, being able to use something for the good of helping somebody have a better life is such a big deal. And I absolutely love that part of it as well.
I do have another feature that I really like. There's a remind me feature for those of you that like are like me, and I'm just like, oh, I have so many things going on in my brain, or I just can't remember anything. It would just be like some of the things I was saying was like, can you remind me of this? And like, can you remind me to call dentist in like 2 hours? And it'll remind you, or like I was at the gosh, I sound like a loser, but I was at the plant shop, and I was like, oh, like I really want to read up on this plant later. Can you like remind me of this plant? And it took a photo of it and was like, yes, I will remind you of this. And then it just like pops up on, if you don't have your glasses on, it'll pop up on your phone app and be like, hey, you wanted me to remind you of this photo at this time.
Super cool.
Crazy.
I know Todd's been using it a lot for, and I haven't actually tried it yet, is to read QR codes. So you can actually have it read a QR code and then tell you about whatever the QR code takes you, or things like that. So I think that's,
It just opens it
yeah,
on your
super
phone.
cool, right? So you don't actually have to do it on your phone, which I think is cool. As well. Let me. Yeah, we have a $1.99 super chat. I want to. I don't want to miss it, 'cause it was a while ago. It was Air Force One says $1.99. My last $2. Much loved. Area 51. He really wants us to do Area 51, which is uh,
I
Area
don't
51 is
understand.
an old arcade light gun shooter game, and he would love. And it was a PlayStation game as well. He wants us to bring it to Flat to VR, that title. He asks for it every week. Maybe someday. He's also been a member, Q2C supporter member for 10 months. And he says, love this show and all you guys do for VR.
That is a very long
That is a
time.
very long time. I think Tasselhoff has been a supporter for like 36 months or something crazy. Um,
That you've been doing this show for 36
it's
months.
insane. Too
What the
long.
heck? That is a long time.
Yeah, don't go back and look at any of the early episodes. They're all bad. So just stay with the new ones. Good. Especially when Todd started producing. That always helps. Back immersion.
Anyway, I did see in chat a couple of people saying that they like have been interested but don't have one, etc. I am doing a giveaway. Like I am going to buy someone a pair of these glasses. The giveaway is linked in my YouTube channel somewhere. If someone can grab that link and send it over. Yeah, I think they're super handy and really helpful, and hopefully someone else will
Yeah,
find
you're
them
doing an
helpful.
amazing Gleam giveaway, and I haven't actually seen anybody do a Gleam giveaway for these glasses, and I think it's such a smart idea for you to do this right now. There's a lot of people out there that want to get them that just haven't been able to, and now you're going to give them a cool chance to do that. And it's you have Gleams are great, they're safe. We run them all the time. We have one running right now as well. So they're easy to do, and if Task, can you grab the link for Jazz? Off our YouTube channel for the Gleam giveaway and post it in chat. I would appreciate it. Um,
So I have to tell you, okay, so I have two sisters and my mom, and all have obviously played VR and have had their own headsets because I've made them all get headsets. And they did find my older sister, she ended up playing Tetris Effect like all the
so
time.
good.
I guess like she became obsessed with it because it was, she was just so stressed. My mom became obsessed with Trip. She was playing that like crazy. My younger sister was playing Beat Saber. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is I got them into VR and they were like, cool. Like they found the thing that they liked in VR, etc. And then recently, I'm just trying to get my family into
Love
my
it.
hobbies. I got them, all Ray-Ban Meta glasses for the holidays and their birthday, etc. And they have taken like oh my gosh, if you saw my older sister's Instagram feed and her Instagram stories, it's like her kayaking and using them, and like her like hiking and using that. Like, she's very active. My younger sister hasn't gotten hers yet, but she goes skiing a lot. So I imagine I'm going to start getting a bunch of like skiing and mountain biking footage very soon. Oh, my older sister, she also went to a dairy farm where like she volunteered at a dairy farm and like milked some cows. And she had like Rayban meta footage of that. Isn't that crazy?
Super. I mean, yeah,
Anyway.
I love it. They're great for that. Like, if you're active outdoors, you want to have, things where you can record things when you're outside doing things. And being able to record for 3 minutes now is a really big deal. Like there was only 1 minute in the beginning that you could record for. So now 3 minutes is great. But I love them just for using them for like, instead of having to wear earbuds, like, they Bluetooth to your phone so you can communicate with people. I talk on the phone all the time with the Meta Ray-Bans. They're as good as having earbuds, and the audio quality, and then listen to music constantly in them, especially when I'm walking.
Mhm.
I think they're
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
What yeah.
What I'm most excited about is seeing how these glasses eventually evolve to have actual augmented reality in them. Because you know what that means, right? Like, I know this is a VR channel, a VR podcast, but getting people to put things on their face that is smart is very good for the VR industry, and especially when these become like, right now their headphones, whatever, their cameras, etc. But eventually these will become AR glasses, and then guess what? People are gonna all of a sudden start getting used to having screens in front of their face and in front of their eyes, and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, I think I understand it now. I think I kind of get it. Maybe I should try VR. So like while this is a VR channel, smart glasses and AR is very good for the VR industry.
100%. Yeah. To me, they're going to go hand in hand. Eventually, I think you're going to have smart glasses that are also VR glasses, and you'll be able to transition back and forth very, very quickly and easily. And like, to me, it's just a natural progression. And I really do think that smart glasses eventually will take over your phone. Like if having a phone itself will be like a dinosaur. Like you just won't even need it anymore. Everything will be done through your glasses in some way. The only thing that somebody said the other day was, "How are you going to take a selfie at that point, though? If you don't have a phone, the day of the selfies will be over, Jazz. What are we going to do?
You just have to stand in front of a mirror. That's what we
I
all
have to
do now.
carry a
That's
mirror
what we
with
do
you."
now. Yeah, you
True.
just stand in front of a mirror. So we're all gonna have like mirror selfies.
Yep, agreed. Tass put your link in chat. Everybody, go jump on this giveaway. Jazz, it's just a giveaway for any pair of Meta Ray Ban.
It is, yeah. So pretty much like as long as whoever the winner is, as long as that pair that you want is available in your country and I can directly order it to you, then that's the one you're gonna get as long as it's available.
Nice. You'll be able to pick your frame. You'll be able to pick your size because you have like medium or large frame. If you have like a bigger facer and you think you want to have a larger frame or color or see through
Yeah.
or
No more dropping phones into toilets, Chrome. I don't understand what you're doing.
yeah. Why? What are you doing that you're dropping your phone in your
No,
toilet?
like,
Mirror selfies for the win. I'm down. I'm down. Let's get rid of the phones and just go mirror selfies. We have somebody over in Kick. That's awesome.
yeah, we do. I mean, I guess you do. Me, I don't know. We do.
We do. It's we tonight, Jazz. We're definitely we in this one. You said this over there in Kick. SD Talk says you pay with your watch. You have a call with your AirPods. You're streaming or making video with your glasses.
You
Seriously.
can actually make a call with your glasses. So it's crazy, but like the glasses are actually cannibalizing AirPods and earphones because I actually stopped using my earphones. The only time I use my earphones is if I'm like in a very like on a plane, for example, where it's like really loud on the outside because of like, the humming of the plane, etc.
Yep.
Then the glasses don't work that well, but literally every other use case it's fine.
Yeah, and one of the only and here's the one of the only down things. And you did mention this in your video, in which, I'll just say this. You're super fair. Like you're always fair in your videos. You're not like, just rah. And you did say, one of the biggest downsides to the glasses right now is the chart, is how much battery it uses. And I'm in the same boat with you, like to the point where because I wear them all day now, I need 2 sets of glasses because I have to switch back and forth. Because if you're using it for audio or if you're using it for video, you're going to eat your battery up pretty fast, like
So
literally
fast.
within a couple of hours.
Yeah. So that's why you need to start rotating. I carry so many glasses in my bag now. I'm like, I look like a glasses dealer or something.
I know they got these new brown frames, and I really want them. So I think I'm gonna get a third.
Oh
pair.
my gosh, VR Spry guy. He said, I worked at a phone store for a short time. I've got a horror story about someone dropping a phone in a porta potty.
Ooh, did they go get it?
No
What's the horror
way.
story?
Yuck, it's over. Just burnt out.
Jasmine's definitely throwing up after this show.
That is so gross.
Could
That
you
is-
imagine? Like, what do
No,
you
I
like?
can't. That's
I'm
literally
abandoning
my
that.
nightmare.
I'm abandoning that phone.
Well, like that's not even a question. What do you
No,
mean?
but I'm sure that
like,
somebody didn't, right? Like that's the horror story.
Did they? You gotta tell us, VR Spry guy. Did they? Please tell me they did not take this phone.
I mean, if it's a horror story, that means they went in and got it. And then used it.
Anyway, they got it.
They got it. See, I told you. That is a horror story. Can you imagine? Oh my God.
Eric, I am dying on the inside. I am like my skin's crawling.
You
You guys,
have
so
to
you
put
don't
that up to your face.
look. I'm not on this podcast often, so you don't really know me. But one of the things that you should know about me is I'm a huge germaphobe.
Yes.
Like I really don't even like hugging people. I'm like, oh,
No.
don't touch me, cooties.
No, Jasmine, and like when we all get together, it was like together, like, you see Skiva, he's a huge hugger, Alex, like, the whole VR family that usually gets together at these events. Jasmine's not that way. Like she'll love everybody from a distance, 6 feet.
Well, okay, like okay, real talk. Okay, we're at these events. Everyone's been up on their feet all day, and you're like, walking, sweating, etc. And then like you want to like hug, and then get all your like sweat all over me, like. Ugh.
Jasmine, we have 91 people watching you. Tell everybody about your phobia now. It's okay.
Oh, I can't do it. And then, oh my gosh, yeah, I have like a huge. Anyway, that is the worst horror story I've ever heard. I am going to probably have night. Oh my God. What do you know what you do with your phone? You put it in your face. That was swimming in a bunch of people's feces. Oh God. Oh my God.
Even I'm like, I am not a germaphobe, but I don't like things not clean. That would just, I couldn't even think about it. Like, I mean, just going in and getting it, forget about using it ever again. Nice comment by SD Talk over on Kicks is it's 5 a.m. in my country, and I'm here watching your stream, guys, and I have to work tomorrow. But honestly, I like both of you because you speak so respectful and so nice. I hope those kind something.
Stream on Kick, be on top. I will always support you guys. Big love from Morocco.
Oh, thank you very much. That is very sweet. Thank you, and thank you for being on Kick. I hope it's not too lonely over there.
So people are asking virtual hugs. Virtual hugs are fine. Semi-virtual. Like I love certain people. And yeah, I will take all the like distant, like social distancing was perfect for me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Keep 6 feet apart. That is perfect distance.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, fine. Just one more thing about my phobia. So, like, how people use like doggy bags to pick up dog poop? I can't. I get so grossed out. Like, I'm like, I call it poop hands because, like, I get you have a plastic barrier, but like on a microscopic level, like there is some porous material in there, and there's like little. I can't do it.
And it's all warm and hot and like.
I have to use a pooper scooper. Anyway, why are we talking about poop? What's the next topic?
Well, look, everybody has phobias. You're not the only one.
I won't out you for your phobia today. Not in front of 90-something people.
I appreciate that. I do have a couple of phobias that freak me out big time, and we'll save those for another episode.
Even though you shared a lot of secrets on today's episode that you were not supposed to, and we will have a very
Okay.
strict conversation about it after.
All right, if it'll
I
get me out of
will-
the if it'll get me out of the doghouse with you, I'll let you share it.
No, it's fine. We should probably not talk about this. Let's move on. What is this episode? Is this how your podcast usually go?
Hell yeah. That's why everybody
Okay,
loves it. Yeah, so everybody's giving you virtual hugs now, so you're in good shape. Everybody's
Thank
loving
you,
it.
everybody.
Yeah.
And the trash bag from Heroku, perfect. You were speaking to my language.
I love it. That's perfect. Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's talk about a couple things. We'll just say again, guys, go and go to Jazz's channel. Watch this new video. It's really, really good. And then go and do the Gleam giveaway, because you get yourself in there for a chance to win a pair of these Meta Ray-Bans. I think it's great. That you'll have everybody will have a chance to get these things right now, and it's really nice that you're doing that, Jazz. I think it's great. And it's easy to do. So, like,
Lozix just said that 90% of guys I see in the bathroom don't wash their hands. I'm never touching another door handle as long as I live.
and you're not shaking another guy's hand ever. No.
Oh my god. Yeah, you shake all their hands for me.
I know, guys. I don't want to. Jasmine will tell you I'm kind of a clean freak too. Like we lived together in Santa Monica for like 3 months. I am like, that was probably the cleanest bathroom you've ever seen between the two of us, because I don't like it either. Like I'm fairly a neat freak.
Okay, anyway, I'm over this topic. Next.
Jazz, let's finish this episode up and talk about Upload VR's VR awards. I do like to hit on these from time to time, and I've had issue with them from time to time in the past with VR Game of the Year. Like
Eric, you ranting about something? Never. I would never believe this.
Yeah, it was the last time I really hit on them hard. It was the year that they gave What the Bat the VR Game of the Year.
Chat. Has Eric ever ranted? Never, right? Never. That's crazy. Wow.
I'm very
crazy.
I'm very soft spoken. I think I actually haven't had a rant in a long time. I've been really, really good until last week, and I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit last week. It's been months, probably.
What did you rant about?
So Alien Rogue Incursion came out, and it's an amazing game. It's a great game. It's not a 9 or anything like that. It's a good 7.5, 8, maybe even a little bit higher, like 8, 8.5. It's a really good, solid game. There is a website, a very, it's actually a pretty, well-known website called Game Rant, and they gave it a 4 out of 10. 4. Basically because it's not Alien Incursion, or I'm sorry, Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is it's like one of those, it's a stealth game, right? So it's not a shooter. It's about trying to sneak through the environment so the alien doesn't get you. It's extremely terrifying, but it's a very slow-paced game that was made flat that they made a VR mod for. This is not that. This is an action-packed shooter that's very akin to the second movie called Aliens, which is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. And this game directly feels like the movie Aliens. It's a lot of action. It's a lot of shooting. It's a lot of like terror environment, like scared, and it's really good and it's well done. So when you have a company like Game Rant, that's, they cover mainly flat gaming, but they cover VR, and for them just to give it a 4 out of 10 for the fact that it's not what they wanted and not basing it on the game itself is piss poor for me. Like, they killed that. They basically killed it. 4.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah.
That deserves a rant.
Yeah, I lost my.
You get a rant cast there. Okay, let's talk about Upload.
All right, let's talk about Upload. So, all right, so Upload VR, the awards came out. I'm going to hit the awards really quick, and we'll hit some of the nominees for those awards. So, they came right out of the gate. Their best updated game, or game with the most updates, was Walkabout Mini Golf.
Okay, well, were the other ones in that game?
They actually didn't do run. Oh no, they did. I'm sorry. Beat Saber, Synth Riders, Smash Drums, Drums Rock, Hell Sweeper, Asgard's Wrath 2. Did Asgard's Wrath 2 have a lot of updates? It must
I don't
have.
know. That's okay. Sure.
Among Us VR, which we knew they did a ton of like those
They did.
LT events. No Man's Sky. They were all nominated.
You know, fair. I think a lot of these do regular updates. I think Beat Saber has had a ton of updates. Like they were doing a new DLC every month, basically. That was crazy.
And they just dropped the Metallica one.
I know, that's what I'm gonna say. Like they did like Britney Spears and then Metallica. Like holy crap, they're like just like throwing them out of the studio at this point. And I don't know if Walkabout Mini Golf did as many updates as Beat Saber. I feel like it's hard to keep up with the pace of how many updates Beat Saber is doing. But I will say that like Walkabout Mini Golf is like the king of DLCs. No one like they have perfected this, and no one can like top. So far, no one has topped like their DLC game, and like there's a couple of reasons. One, like it just makes so much sense. Like, of course, if you're playing like mini golf, you want to do different different golf courses. But then they didn't just do that. They were like, we're also going to partner with like all these different things that you love and make them even crazier. And you're just like, okay, oh shoot, okay, I'm on board. Because like right now, Beat Saber is partnering with songs that's like that level. And then they like add all these balls that you have to like go find, and they're like limited edition. But then also you can play a map if your friend or someone has it, so you don't even have to own it. You just one of you has to have. Like it's like they've really done a phenomenal job at making like doing the right thing by DLCs. Like not everyone has to have it, but if you do have it, now you can also get all these extra special things. Like there's so many things that they did right, so well deserved.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think you're right though. I think, and I hate saying it because I'm not a huge fan of Beat Saber, but like literally, I think they did a good job with the DLC this year, and they had like a very a good varied amount of different music, which I think is
Britney
great.
Spears,
Yeah, and then
dude.
Metallica. I mean,
Okay, yeah, sure, fine, okay.
but come on, you have to be a fan of Metallica. Everybody.
I mean, I probably am if I heard their songs.
Don't say that. You
But
know.
you have to be a fan of Britney Spears.
Okay, I know a couple Britney Spears songs. I
Oh
really
my
do.
god, I know like every single. I like would fall asleep listening to her album in a CD.
I don't know. I would have to say Metallica is bigger than Britney Spears. I think.
No way. We
No,
gotta switch this. Hey, Meta.
Let's see. That would be great if we get Meta to vote on these things. Let's do a poll in chat. Like, what do you guys think? Metallica bigger or Britney Spears bigger? I think they're both great. It is great.
You can't just say that now. You have to do it. You are who do you think is gonna make this poll?
Oh, do you want me to make a poll? I can't.
You have to make the poll.
I don't know if I can. I can't produce these things and make a poll. All right. Start a poll. Question. What's bigger? Metallica or Britney Spears?
Now we have to. Okay, I have to like fill up some room while Eric's typing. Anyway, Britney Spears wins. Thank you.
Yeah, right. So okay? Let's do it this way. Let's do is Metallica bigger? Metallica bigger than Britney Spears? Right?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Oh, I don't know though, man. This is like everyone in chat is like, your friend, and your friends will like all the same things that you like.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, okay, next section of upload.
All right, so the next one is why won't it let me create this poll?
It's okay. Everyone says Metallica. I'm overruled.
Okay, here we go. I got it. Very close. Everybody said Metallica?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we have a poll there now, so it can be official. All right. Next category, best VR developer, which is they got both most updated game, and then Mighty Coconut won best VR developer.
Interesting. What were the other people in that category?
This was a category that they did not give other nominees for. They only gave just the winner. which is
It's
surprising because for everything else they did give runners up.
so what do you think about this one?
I, you know, the only reason I would say that I would probably move off of this, and they're great, don't get me wrong. Mighty Coconut's amazing, but literally they're doing the same thing over and over again and just reskinning it or retheming it, right? So to me, while the development process starts to get a little bit old at that point, I would say development, I probably would give it to somebody else, and I probably would have went with Resolution Games this year with a couple of the things they did with like Racket Club, Spatial Ops, Demio Battles. That's probably where I would have went with this one.
Honestly, I could get behind that. And more specifically, outside of all those things you listed, which is very valid already, they also went onto Apple Vision Pro and they're going to be on Google XR stuff. So, like, if you're talking about a very well-rounded studio that is absolutely everywhere and anywhere and pushing the space, I think, yeah, Resolution is definitely top of mind for me as well.
Cool. Yeah, I'm on board with you on that one. I think they're great. I think they do hit every platform, which is great. Like they are really pushing Apple Vision Pro, and we even saw them at the Google event for the Google XR. So we know they're thinking about that platform as well, which is great. All right, best early access game. This is a game called Downtown Club.
Can you share your screen?
Maybe I can. Let's do that. Hang on.
Yeah, let's all take a look at this together.
All right, let's go media and let's go screen and let's go upload and share.
Oh, there you go.
And let me see if I can just make it bigger.
You made it smaller.
Yeah, it does. Why does it do that every time I do that?
Just leave it this way. This looks great.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't know this game. Downtown Club looks like a racing game. It's a Simcade racing game by Commuter Games. It has virtual controls, which means you're using like a virtual steering wheel, which is kind of cool. It must have just come out in early access, so it's a game at work in progress.
Downtown Club.
A solid chassis on which to build. Says upload BR. So interesting.
Downtown Club. What does this look like?
And looks like we did have some. Yeah, it looks like a street racing type game. They did have some other ones that were up for it. Bootstrap Island, Frenzies, Into the Radius 2, Last Stand, which was another mixed reality game, One True Path, and Mecha Force. Interesting. Those are all good early access games. Frenzy, I played. Into the Radius 2, of course. Last Stand, I played, and Mecha Force, I played.
Did you like Last Stand? I've been seeing that like on the store everywhere. Like it's all over the place. So that I've seen on the storefront, on like the Meta storefront a lot. But Bootstrap Island, you cannot like scroll through to have one scrolling session on TikTok without getting across like a Bootstrap Island. That game has been quite viral on TikTok. So I'm a little surprised by Downtown Club. How'd they pick that?
I have no idea.
But you know what? Maybe it is a really fantastic early access game. I've just never played it, but it's certainly not based on popularity, this category.
I'm surprised that Into the Radius 2 didn't get it here. Into the Radius 2 is a huge franchise. It's a really good game. I'm surprised it didn't pull it here. And people love Into the Radius, the first game, and the second one game was highly rated. So I'm really surprised at that. Or even Last Stand. You're right. Last Stand is like. Have you played Last Stand?
No, I haven't played Last Stand.
Yeah, it's zombies. So is it zombies? Yeah. It's kind of zombies. Yeah, it's very much like The Cabin, but not zombies. It's like you're just like shooting enemies, like but it's like that with mixed reality.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Look, we got a results from the poll, and it's 59 to 41%. That's actually
closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely didn't think Metallica would win, but
Metallica. Everybody loves Metallica. I'm telling you. If you heard the music, like if you heard like Enter Sandman or One,
sing something.
Oh, you have a voice. I have a terrible voice.
One. Wait, is that the one that was in Guitar Hero?
Yes.
Oh, I do know that song. I love that playing that song on Guitar
Yeah.
Hero. That was fun.
I mean,
Okay.
they got so many good songs for Who the Bell Tolls. Like if you and I know that you appreciate that even that metal type of music. Like you're a very eclectic person. You like all kinds of music. So I guarantee you know
Don't
many,
tell
many
me who I am.
Oh, I'll tell you who you are. Jasmine does not like to be put in a bottle. Like
In a bottle. No one wants to be in a bottle.
but you know what I mean. You don't want to
In a
be
box.
like yeah, in a box. Like you don't want to be like don't tell me like
Always unpredictable.
that's it. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
All right. Next
But you
category.
need to go listen to some Metallica because I guarantee you know the songs. Best new VR hardware, and there's a couple here, and you just had a video pop up too on my feed for HTC, the new HTC Vive Focus Elite or whatever it's called. Ultra
Vive Focus Vision.
Vision, that's it. Yeah. So that is not on here, but it looks like the best new hardware is the Apple Vision Pro.
I agree.
I agree too. Pico 4 was mentioned here though, the Pico 4 Ultra.
Yeah.
And that was
So
a good headset.
yeah, in this category, like you could really go different directions in this, right? Like you could go like which is the most popular headset, etc. But like I think if we're thinking the headset that has had the most impact, I do think it's Apple Vision Pro. Even though it was not like, didn't sell as many units, etc., it got people talking and people like in headsets that never would be, people making videos about headsets that never would be. Like it got people talking. And so I do think that it should win best new VR hardware for that reason. And also like it packed everything you could possibly like think of it there. That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah, no, it's a great headset. Like, I do still use it quite a bit. Also, not as much as maybe I did in the beginning, where I was using it like every day, but I still use it. I just use it more for entertainment now than anything else. How much do you use yours now?
Oh my gosh, don't ask me. I'm still paying the monthly payment on this thing, and I've not put this on in like months. I need
New
to.
new Gleam giveaway. Jasmine's going to give away her Apple
No,
Vision.
I'm still paying for this thing, okay?
Oh man, oh that's too funny. Yeah, it is good though. It is very cool. If you can find time to use it for an entertainment device, I think it's still one of the cooler things out there that
For
you can
sure, for
you can
sure.
go get.
It's
All right,
just it's like it's not as like practical as
yeah,
other pieces of technology. So you really have to have the extra amount of time to be able to go out of your way and use it. And I think that's the part that's like kind of losing me a little bit. Like I'm a very practical person. Um, yeah.
agreed. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. It's not an easy buy for sure. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at best new multiplayer game, and looks like they had some nominees here: Spatial Ops, Exploding Kittens, Just Dance, Contractor Showdown, Into Black, Ghost of Tabor, Human Fall Flat, Iron Rebellion. But Mannequin wins, Jazz.
This is interesting.
Very.
Yeah, what did
Um,
you think?
Well, here's the deal with Mannequin, and we were just over at Fast Travel Games, and they're a great studio, and one of the things I think makes me think not Mannequin is because it's so hard to explain to people what Mannequin is. Like, it's not an easy game to explain or like to show somebody because it's not just a simple multiplayer. There's so many facets to what Mannequin is and how you play it that it's Ghost of Tabor, you know what it is. You know how it plays. Contractor Showdown, you know what it is. Even like games like Spatial Ops, it's a mixed reality, where you can get people in the environment where you can, in your own environment and play. Exploding Kittens is even still easier to explain. I don't know about you, Jazz, but Mannequin is not easy if you're trying to tell somebody what it is.
So the only reason that I think that this would have won is because it's the most creative use of multiplayer. Like everything else is quite straightforward, and so if they're picking based on like ingenuity and doing something different, bringing something different to the table, it's kind of like what we just said with the VR hardware. Like it wasn't the most popular or the most bought, but it had the most impact. I think maybe in this one their angle was what is changing things up in the space. And I would agree if that's the case, then yes, Mannequin would have been best multiplayer because it was really unique.
100%. That yes, uniqueness, this game's super interesting. Like the whole idea of like posing as a mannequin to, you're the alien posing as a mannequin, so you blend in with other mannequins in the environment and trying to like, and you really have to kind of work together as a team to either way, if whether you're on the agent side or the alien side. It's definitely unique, a unique experience. So I do agree with you that that's probably why a good chance it won. I'm surprised that something like Contractor Showdown or Into Black didn't win just because of how good they are
Popular.
and how
Mhm.
popular. And Ghost of Tabor is weird because is it a new multiplayer?
Yeah,
Um,
that's weird. Yeah, right. I don't know if it's new.
yeah, agreed. But okay, Mannequins it is a good game, and I don't disagree with that. We have favorite PlayStation VR2 game of the year, Jazz, and we've got some good ones that were nominated: Arizona Sunshine, the remake, Skydance, Behemoth, Max Mustard, Trombone Champ Unflattened, Vertigo 2, and Alien Rogue Incursion. But the winner, very shockingly to me, is Metro Awakening. Now I know you didn't get a chance to play Metro Awakening. Definitely not your type of game. This one is very, very two things for you. It's claustrophobic, it's scary, it's mutant like scariness, it's a shooter. There is a cool story which I think you would get into if you could get past the other points, but this is definitely not a game for you. But Vertigo games, it is a very good game. It's just the games that it's up against here are really, really good. So I'm a little surprised.
Mm, you know what I'm very surprised by is that our game is on this list. That's
I know.
crazy. Like you see these titles, these are massive titles. And like the fact that we were even just like part of this list is really nice. That's wild.
Seriously, I like this shocked me when the list came out and I saw that we were on there, or we all kind of saw together that we were on there. Like we were all like, I mean, we know we made a great game and we feel really good about the game, but like to have another a company, like Upload put our name up there with Arizona Sunshine, Skydance, Behemoth. Max Mustard was a great platformer. Vertigo 2, Alien Rogue Incursion, which we just talked about how great this game is. You know, and we're up there, and we're right there with him. Trombone Champ Unflattened, and that I think that just goes to show you how good the PlayStation VR2 version of Trombone Champ is. Because to me, again, if you have a choice and you have both headsets, Quest and PlayStation, I like playing it on the PlayStation a little bit better, just because it looks so good in that headset, and the haptics make it very, very cool for me.
Yeah, I finally played the PlayStation version and like I got goosebumps. It's because okay, this is the reason, this is the difference of why it gives you goosebumps. Like one, the haptics built into the PlayStation is obviously better. The graphic quality, it's so vibrant. It's like eye candy. Like you're in there and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's like it's yeah, it's just really bright in your face.
Mhm.
And then like obviously you have to wear earphones to play PlayStation. So like sound quality is all of a sudden like you're really immersed in there and you have like the fireworks and the confetti all like popping up while you're playing and you just go into this crazy flow state where you're just it's like I don't know how to explain it aside from it's very very like you're just like it's like Disneyland basically.
Yeah, Artful said proud parent moment for Flat to VR Studios. 100%.
Hmm,
Very
hmm.
much. And Bluebell says Trombone Champ surprised me. I thought it was going to be a stupid kids game, but it's really fun.
It's both.
It is. It's all of it wrapped into one.
Yeah, a stupid kids game and really fun.
Yep, definitely. So,
All
but
right,
those are
next
some great games on this list.
there
Metro
are,
Awakening
yeah.
is a little bit weird for me just because it was not as popular as some of the others. I thought it was a great game. I played it. I thought it was really good, but not maybe not
Wait, can we talk about Behemoth for a second? Like, what have you thought about Behemoth?
excuse me. I played Behemoth for a long time. Me and you demoed Behemoth in May of this
Mhm.
past year, so I've really been excited for Behemoth. And we've demoed it a couple times throughout the year. And I have gotten through 3 of the Behemoths now, the first 3, and The second behemoth was one of it's probably that moment battling that behemoth is probably one of my greatest moments in playing in virtual reality. Like
Wow.
it's such a good battle. And then third behemoth as well is just an epic adventure in itself. There's flaws here though with the game for me and pacing. These are the things that we talk about, Jazz, when we talk about like what goes into a game and what makes the game good. Stickiness, how do you flow through a game? And that's a problem for me with Behemoth. Like, so to me, it became very much about just wanting to get to the next Behemoth battle because they're so good, and the pacing of it ruined a little bit of the in between for me. So the in between parts did not come off as satisfying for me, and those things are super important when you get into game design. It's something that we look at all the time, and it's just so important to a game. And this is where this one fell flat a little bit for me, but it's still one of the best experiences I've ever had in VR. With saying that,
It's crazy. This game has like 4.2 stars.
that's crazy.
That is like, yeah, so many people have rated it really, like it's a lot of people love it. Obviously, like you don't get into the 4-star range without people loving your game, but I'm actually surprised by how contentious it is.
Yeah,
I didn't think it would be, but it is. So
this is a problem too with a game being hyped for so long and perhaps a little overhyped and
Mm,
not being able to live up to expectations of what the game is. So it's like, and for any developer, it is a catch-22 because you want your game to be hyped, but it's kind of like what happened to Hubris. Hubris is a great game, but the demo for Hubris on PC hyped it up so much that when it launched finally, there was no way it was going to live up to that hype. And that was the same
yeah.
problem with, I think the same problem with Behemoth here.
Okay. Next one.
All right, here we go. VR Game of the Year. They went right to the big one. VR Game of the Year, and we have Arizona Sunshine Remake as a nominee. Behemoth, Behemoth, Max Mustard, Trombone Champ, Unflattened for VR Game of the Year. Not just PlayStation, VR Game of the Year. Underdogs, Metro Awakening, and Iron Rebellion. But the
I
winners.
just want to say before we announce the award, we did not pay upload for any of this. In case that was any
100%.
like nothing. We saw this and we were just like, what? Like I actually can't believe it. That's so crazy. But very, very well deserved to the best VR game of the year. I don't think that anyone has like I don't know anyone that could contest this. It's Batman, of course.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Bluebell says that Jazz, have you mellowed Eric out?
Is Eric mellow right now? Is him spilling all of our secrets considered mellow? I need a new definition of mellow. I thought
Oh my
mellow was
God.
not spilling secrets.
You guys have no idea how this is. I cannot wait for this show to be over so we can. Oh man, this is too funny. All right, guys. Let's just talk about Batman Arkham Shadow here for a minute because Jazz, this is one of those benchmark moments for VR. This game, like this isn't just a VR game based on Batman. What they've done in this game is way well and beyond anything that's ever been done in a VR game before. And if it didn't win Game of the Year, there would have been something wrong with this voting. Like I think there's only one winner here. Like there's no way it could be any of these other games are great. Every other game up here is phenomenal, and you should own every one of them. But Batman, this is something different.
Batman, I mean, they like again, it's not a game that typically I would like, but like the execution, phenomenal. Like you cannot feel like Batman truly any other way aside from in this version of the game. It's really fantastically done.
Yeah, and even you, like you streamed it. You played the crap out of this game. Like
I beat those. I was Batman, bro. Like usually, I don't like fighting games because I don't like being attacked. But like, I was a ace predator. I think that's the phrase that people say.
yes, definitely. This game, it does make you feel like a badass right out of the gate. Like and
Powerful.
that's a perfect word. Like it does. It makes you feel powerful in an easy way where it's fairly easy to pick up and learn, but like getting really, really good at it does give you there is some skill progression there, and you have to like get good at it. But it will give you that satisfaction right out of the gate. So that's again another thing about like we talk about pacing and we talk about like usability in a game and like approachability in a game being that everybody can get a good feeling very early on, but it's not too easy, not too hard to where if it's too easy, then you're like, well, man, I've mastered this thing an hour in, and there's nothing more for me. There's no challenge here for me. Or then if it's too hard, where you're like, 90% of the people are noping out because I can't get through a certain section, or it's just like I feel like I'm overwhelmed. It has to be a perfect flow for a game, and Batman is definitely it.
Batman has 4.6 star rating.
How are we 4.9 and Batman's a 4.6?
I know it's crazy. But Batman is okay. Hair Force asked if it's really a good game or if it's hype, and like it actually is a fantastic game. And I think there's a number of reasons. Like they did a good so there's a lot of things you can do in it. Like obviously you can discover things and explore. Like it's an adventure game. You can solve puzzles, so it's a puzzle game. But you can also like fight bad guys, so it's a combat game. Like and then also I think the detective like feature and stuff. So there's like a number of different elements that they mix into this. And when I was talking to the developers, they had talked about how like they even had like a pie chart of like what percentage of the game would be allocated to each of these sections to make sure that it felt balanced. And they worked really hard to like make sure that the flow of the game, like it never felt too stale at any point. And that's what I like when I talk about like balance, like that's what I mean about like games being good. It has to be balanced. So they balanced out like all the different features. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. But all the core things of the game that you need to like hit right is you need to make sure that you feel like Batman. And they incorporated some very innovative like mechanics that we have not seen yet in the VR industry. And they made these mechanics themselves, like punching to like move forward and like be really fast and there's so many things that they did in this that no other VR game has done yet, and they did it because that was the only way to make you feel like Batman in this game. And that's why I think it's a fantastic game. Like when you play it, you'll be like, oh, I get it, because like it's so innovative, it's so fresh, and it's very balanced and it's well done, and like it absolutely deserves VR Game of the Year in my book.
I agree. I don't think there could be there's no doubt. I mean, Arizona Sunshine Remake was amazing. Skydance Behemoth is, like I just told you, it's crazy good. Max Mustard is a great platformer. Like, I don't know if it belongs exactly here, but I mean, I think it stands as its own as a great platformer. I mean, Trombone Champ on Flatten is probably the only one that could have took Batman off the pedestal here. I think that one's the closest. But again, Underdogs is great. If you haven't played Underdogs, check it out. Metro Awakening. We just told you Metro Awakening is either you love it or you hate it. There's not a lot of in between there. Iron Rebellion, it's a mech game. I haven't really played that a lot. That's a weird one on the list here too, with some other games out there. But Batman.
So Harry Force said, I only say that because I have no experience in the Arkham universe, and I don't either. Like when I had the opportunity to play this game early, I'm like, do I even want to? Like, I don't really. This is not my thing. Yeah, I don't have any experience in it either, but so I think for me, the reason why I think it's such a great game is because I'm like a very tiny, like Asian woman, right? Like there's no situation pretty much where I am like this big, powerful being who is actually not even when you're playing these other VR games, not even when I'm playing like Thrill of the Fight or like any of these other things, like that I actually feel powerful. It's the way that they executed on this game. It's like you have no choice but to feel powerful. Like in other games, like Thrill of the Fight, I'm just gonna use this as an example. You actually have to like feel that confidence and that power within you to execute that in the game. But in Batman, you have no choice. It doesn't matter if you have that confidence or not. The way that they executed, you will feel powerful, and that's point blank. Like you can't feel any other way because of the mechanics and the things that they put into this. And yeah, I just think it's really like well done, refreshing, thoughtful, very well executed.
Well said. I don't think you can say it any better than that. Again, this and VR is all about immersion and and allowing you to do things that you would never be able to do in your real life, right? Like it's the whole idea of virtual reality is bringing you to someplace else or making you someone else. And that is exactly right here. Like, I mean, you feel like Batman, like you really do. Like, and I don't think you could say something better about a game. The last one here is the most
War.
anticipated game of the year. This is the last one, I think, right? Yeah. And this is a good one, Jazz. This is the most anticipated game of 2025. You have the flight game Aces of Thunder, Midnight Walk, which is by Fast Travel again, which looks very, very good. Pools, Orion Drift, Silent North, which is from the Ghost of Tabor, Combat Waffle Studios, Glass Breakers, which is from Moss and Polyarch, Ghost Town, which I'm not familiar with, Roboquest VR, which I'm very familiar with,
Hmm.
Arcanage, which I'm really looking forward to Arcanage, and then they don't count it, but there's a DLC pack coming for Vertigo 2, so they don't actually count that here, but they did mention it. But the most anticipated winner is Wanderer: Fragments of Fate, which you were a big fan of Wanderer too. I remember you streaming that.
I'm a huge fan of Wonder actually, and I've always been confused about why it was not more popular than it is.
Hmm.
It's so polished, so like the story is really good. Like it's just a really great game. But I actually am not familiar with the Fragments of Fate. Like, what is this like a sequel or?
So basically what it is, it's not quite a sequel. It's basically an updated of the original. They've added content to the original story, and they've changed it a little bit, and like they're kind of like redoing it, or like a relaunching of it. So there's enough new content here for them to consider this like a new game, I guess. Even though a lot of the puzzles will be the same. Um, but it is interesting that it did win this when it's actually not a new game. It's a redo of a game that just came out recently.
Yeah, that's a little unusual for me. I mean, like, look, Wander is a really, really a good game for those that haven't played it. Like, you travel through different time periods of
Mhm.
human history. Like, you can travel to the moon, you travel to like I can't remember what like some ancient times, etc. And you like have to change things in history to change like the future. It's it's bonkers. It's a very good game.
So good.
But
And I'm not a
really,
puzzle fan, and I'll say it's good. Like I like puzzle games. No, I normally don't get into them like a whole bunch. They kind of they either frustrate me or bore me from time to time. But this is different. I don't know. There's something about this one. I played it. I beat the whole thing. I played it all the way through.
it's because of the time traveling aspect. It's crazy.
I
Like
think
time traveling and like the history aspect of it too. There's a little bit of history involved in this as well. Yeah, it was really good. But anyway, I mean, I don't have any like I don't know, like glass breakers. I guess that I mean, I was surprised when I saw this on the list. I know Polyarch put that on hold for a little bit, but I guess it's coming back. I
yeah.
did try it before and I did really like it.
Yeah, it was okay. You could tell there was something there. It was a little early when we tried it, I think, but we could tell there was something cool there. And I hope that whatever they decide to release here is definitely more fleshed out. I don't know what Ghost Town is. Arcanage looks
Mm.
really good. I'm really looking forward to Arcanage. RoboQuest VR. I'm really
Mm.
looking forward to that one. That's probably my favorite on the list. That should have won.
Yeah, I feel like yeah. I mean, but like biasly, I
Yeah,
do
a little
agree. I
bit.
do think you guys, you don't know what's about to hit you when RoboQuest comes out. RoboQuest VR, like
I don't.
you will see, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh shoot, it should have won most anticipated game."
It's such a good game, and here's what I'll say. Like, so the gameplay itself, you guys have seen. Okay, the gameplay is great, but it's not just the gameplay that's great. Like, you know, or the way it looks. You know what I mean? And playing it in VR, but it's the original game's hook. Like, so you have to like the game mechanics can be great and it can feel great in VR, and that's what a lot of what we're working on now is. But the game itself, the main game has to have a good hook or it doesn't work. Like you have to have a reason to keep going back in there, and it
Mhm,
gives you
mhm.
that. Like it's perfect. It's just challenging enough. It's you don't it's a roguelike, so you don't know what weapon you're gonna get. Like it's all up in the air. You don't know what perks you're gonna get.
I feel like I gotta just stop you, Eric, before you say something else that's incriminating.
I'm
I've lost trust.
I'm not allowed to talk about RoboQuest anymore.
No, no, you're banned from your own channel and talking about
I'm
it.
too excited about Roboquest. It's just like it's my baby. I'm so excited for it. Like I love this game so much. I can't wait for everybody to play it, and it's definitely my most anticipated game of next year. And guys, I mean, like literally, it's just gonna be great.
Yeah, it's probably mine too, to be honest. But
Air Force One says flat out.
I mean, that also. I mean, where is that on the list?
It should be on there. How come it's not?
All right. Before this episode ends, I do want to say, so the two people that I'm gifting to, I didn't get any ads on my Quest app. I've been checking. You guys didn't add me. I can't gift you unless you add me. You have to follow me.
Yeah, that was who was Philozix and I am Dickel. So
yeah,
if you
if
guys
you
are
have
out
their
there,
Discord, let me know so I can just message them and make sure you get this. You get into the Trombiverse.
get into the Trombiverse. Yes, definitely. All right. Okay. Cool Awards. I think Upload did a good job. I can't say anything
What's
about
your score?
Yeah, I'll give it I think their awards are really fair. There's a couple ones I would maybe have changed, but I'll give them like a 8 out of 10 or 8.5, 9 out of 10. I think we're pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8. I think for the most part, there is enough logic and reasoning there that that I believe in it.
Me too, 100%. Corm Colossus says, I'm so hyped for Roboquest, all because of Eric's enthusiasm. Boisterous enthusiasm. Boisterous. Not just enthusiasm, boisterous enthusiasm. Very cool. Thank you. I'm so happy you guys are excited for it. We get like posts or messages all the time, Jazz, of people like the flat version that people that just play the flat version. They're like, I'm so excited for the VR version of Roboquest, or I can't wait to see them come out with a version of Roboquest that's not, that's different. Or like, what did somebody say? Like, this was actually, they were like, oh, this is actually going to make me go buy a VR headset now to play Roboquest in VR. Those are like super special things. Can't wait. Cool. Jazz, we've gone 2 hours, almost 2 hours.
That was a long episode.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You want to talk long episodes? I didn't even tell you this. So I did Virtual Strangers the day before Christmas Eve. The night before Christmas Eve, I did Virtual Strangers. We started at 10 p.m. At 4 a.m., I said, guys, I'm tapping out. I got to get out. And I left. I had to leave the show. They went until 6 a.m. They did 7.5 hour podcast. And I'm like, I can't do it. I have to be up in 2 hours, guy, or like an hour and a half.
Wow. I thought you liked talking.
They have me so beat. Like 2 hours is nothing. 2 hours is a bathroom break to
Oh my gosh, I'm drained. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go lay down and do nothing after this. This was all the energy I had left in me tonight.
I know this is as much as you've talked in so long. When are we going to see your podcast come back before we get out of here? Are we gonna see VR and all that jazz come back with you and Adam
Yeah,
Bond?
for sure. We're trying to think of when though, because I'm going on vacation finally in January, so it's probably going to be February. I need a very much needed vacation, and after vacation, we'll be back.
Super cool. It's a great show. If you guys haven't watched it, go check out VR.
Adam's a hoot.
Yeah, she is.
She's great.
I want her to come and produce my show. If she could just come and produce when Todd's not here, that would be amazing. I would love that.
No, too bad. She's producing my show. So.
You're like, no, she's mine.
Well, our show, really. So for those that don't know, Adam's real name is Jasmine. And so the show is actually named after both of us. It's not only named after me. People think that that show is only named after me. No, we're both named Jasmine. So it's VR and all that jazz.
All that jazz.
All that jazz. All the jazz.
All the jazz. Super cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching tonight. We appreciate it. We're still sitting here, almost 90 people watching. We appreciate almost 2 hours in. So thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight on a holiday week. What?
Sorry, Artful said Eric's gonna go back into Trombone Champ to get more high scores. Okay. Can y'all start DMing me? I'm gonna give you his phone number and just spam call him so he can't get in headset.
And you told me 10. You said 10 songs. I thought it was 3. Now I'm like, now I have to go back in. 10 songs. I cannot allow that to happen. Chrome Claw says, thanks for being here, Jazz.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
everyone for being so nice to me. And I didn't do enough high diddlies, but I did my best.
You did great, Jazz. You did really good, and thank you for coming on and doing this with me. I'm glad you co-hosted. You had a lot of really good, smart, intelligent things to say. I'm glad you had a chance to talk about, Trombone Champ and what you put into that, which is great, or what the whole team put into that. And then thanks for coming on and talking about your channel and the Rayban metas and kind of explaining that situation, because I think you did it far better than I probably could have, and going through that. And then definitely go and subscribe to Jasmine's channel. If you guys are watching this later, or you're watching it now and you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'll make sure the link is in the description of the video later, and then I'll make sure that the link to your Gleam giveaway is also in there. Guys, it's really easy. You can go get a whole bunch of entries into this Gleam giveaway, Jazz, by sharing it, subscribing to the YouTube channel. What else?
I don't know. It's on
There's a
there.
whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of cool,
Following.
easy stuff.
I'm too distracted by Taz. He
Well,
said, "Great show, much easier on the eyes than that bald one. Easier on the ears also."
oh my God, they're killing Todd. That's terrible.
That's
Todd's
what
gonna-
happens when he doesn't produce the show.
I know, right? It's so bad.
Anyway, happy holidays, everybody. Have a great New Year's. Thank you for letting me, accepting me into the fold tonight, and hopefully it won't be too long until I see you all again soon.
Well put. Couldn't say anything better than that. Night, everybody.
Bye.